So let's also then talk about what the unintended consequences of that will be. So we want to now start just finishing off in terms of these unintended consequences. So as part of that, we're going to be talking about this negative gearing impact and what happens to rental supply. So the first thing here is negative gearing impact will be less rental supply. It's as clear as day that investors will opt out of investing in property. They will judge that risk-adjusted return to be too much for some, and you saw it in terms of some of the research we had there. And so that would suggest the evidence that we've already done in Australia, the evidence recently coming out of New Zealand, that this will be the case. In addition to that, what we also see here, in terms of the alternate to that, and we learned that before, in terms of if there's a shortage of supply, but there's high demand, you are going to see rents continuing to increase. And they will increase more strongly in terms of, because also remembering that these private rental accommodation providers are experiencing higher insurance costs, they're experiencing higher land taxes and charges. Their governments also want to reduce minimum standards and compliance costs. So it's cost. And at the moment, investors are definitely subsidising, certainly those investors with debts against their property, high debts against, they are subsidising their tenants to a degree. And so ultimately it does come down to, well, if that is going to be the case in these costs, I'm going to have to recover some of those costs over time. And that's going to put pressure on those increases in terms of rents over time.
Now, the other unintended consequence is if who do you actually want to benefit from this, right? So if you take away the incentive in the bell curve for Middle Australia to take advantage of some of these opportunities to self-fund, what actually happens is you've got two alternatives. You've got big business who will come in and scoop up, take all the advantages, and then distribute it to a much smaller people. So the divide between the rich and the not so will get greater and greater. Or you put it back in the hands of the government, which hopefully we've pleaded a case that is not the greatest thing. They are not going to provide the stock at any level of efficiency that's compared to the private investor. So I think be careful what you ask for here.
Well, this is a story of trickle-down economics. So there's those people who don't believe that trickle-down economics works. And that means that sort of if there's a very small number of businesses or individuals who own the vast amount of wealth, then it won't trickle down to everyone. So this is the greatest distribution of wealth creation that we have in this country. There are over 2.2 million property investors, individuals, who are helping to create financial security for their households. So that absolutely has a trickle-down effect because they're not going to be a burden on the government. But if the government says we want you individuals out and we want big business and super to come in, well, there's only going to be 5 or 10 big businesses and maybe 5 superannuation, maybe 10 superannuation funds that get involved. And so there's not going to be no trickle down. That's not going to spread out that wealth and sort of fix that sort of what we call the middle class hole that's appearing in terms of middle class wealth. And then if that doesn't work, the government's going to put their hand up and, to your point, start cutting checks for hundreds of billions of dollars to build all of this accommodation. And that means we're all going to have to pay higher taxes. And then, when you think about that from a renter's point of view, I'm like, well, the government's going to supply me accommodation now. So I'm just going to relax. Ultimately, is that good? No. Is that good that, we have people in the society to think it's the expectation of government to basically provide things for me because I haven't been able to? Now, remember, the most vulnerable in our community, 100%. Yeah. But what we don't want is lazy people or people who aren't necessarily, lifting themselves to have the best opportunity. You've been born in the best country in the world. There's opportunities everywhere in this country. What we don't want to do, and that's the Greens story, Bryce. The Greens have got a policy where they're going to say, we're going to build 40,000 properties and we're going to give them to people at 25% less than what other people are buying. Wait a minute. So it's a lottery. So how do I qualify for that? Or do I qualify for that because I'm single parent or whatever that looks like? I mean, does that mean I should just have a kid and then just hope the Greens party will? I just don't like that story, right? It doesn't bode well for all of those people who are doing the hard work and saving up, doing their hard early, saving a deposit, because we believe that everyone should have a right to own property in this country, but there is a process that you go through. And that's not necessarily a process whereby it becomes just being handed a property by the government.
You only have to look into the US, Ben. BlackRock and Blackstone, they own a lot of stuff. You don't want it to be big corporations advantaging. The top end of town already has the rent to
buy
scheme,
build to rent
scheme. So there's already incentives for top end of town. Be careful what you ask for, I think, is the key point there.
Yeah.